Good day, awesome viewers. Welcome to my November update. Let's start right where we left our October update. That was the question, will history repeat itself or will history be made? Historically, US elections have been associated with midterm with corrections, and this year was no different. So the volatility that started in October continued on till November. So let's look at the major indices and how they performed for the month of November, and you will see red all along, except for one exception, which is S&P 500. So let's just hone in on that a bit. On October 3rd, Fed Powell, the Fed chair, made a comment that the rates were below normal, and that indicated that they will be tightening further, which set off the current volatility which we saw for the months of October and November. Now that did not sit well with the US president, who made his displeasure known about the decision. Call it coincidence or make your own decisions. On November 28th, the Fed chair makes a statement again that the rates are just below normal, indicating that there might not be further tightening as anticipated. And that was what turned the markets on an upside, and the closing moments we saw that movement back into black for the S&P 500. Now, the markets aside, if you look at the economy from a macro perspective, the signs are showing that the US economy is slowing down. And the sugar high that was achieved from the tax cuts, it might be weaning off, and we might go back to more normal rates of growth. The same trend we are seeing in Canada, where we are seeing the slowing down of the growth of the economy. So economy is not shrinking, it's just not growing as fast. What does that mean for us? Bank of Canada has been on a growth rate increase steps as well, so we might not see that happening for the month of November. They might resume later, but in all likeliness might not happen for this year. One thing I like to mention is the yield curve. It has been relatively flat for a long time, but it's still positively positive. It hasn't inverted yet, and we are watching out that, because that's a good indicator for a recession if one were on the horizon. So on a practice front, what I'd like to share is that I had a workshop on corporate income extraction for the month of November. There's nothing planned for the month of December, but we'll resume again in the new year. So just to conclude, the economies in the US and the Canadian markets are showing slowing growth, but with the midterms behind them, I think we will likely see a tempering down of the China or the US tariffs noise that we've been hearing, and it might be more normal business as usual. If you like this video, I'll appreciate if you could click like, you could share it, you could subscribe to it. If you have any comments, you can leave them below and I'll sure to get back to you. With that, I'd like to say goodbye. Have an awesome December, and we'll see you in the new year.